Since the blockbuster disaster movie 2012 was screened in China back in 2009, a growing number of people have begun to worry that the story might have a grain of truth to it, and that prophecies that tomorrow, Friday, December the 21st, would see the world end could be true. China's internet is fertile ground for rumours, both credible and outlandish, and an understandable lack of trust in official sources only adds to the propensity to believe what's posted on a microblog, for example, rather than what's on the evening news, as we heard in our hot comment section just now. Some fringe religious groups have also joined in the chorus with predictions of doomsday or something similar, and a recent poll showed that 1 in 5 Chinese people had some concerns about December the 21st. Some entrepreneurs have even seen an opportunity to profit from the fear. One inventor in Zhejiang has come up with his version of a modern Noah's Ark. That's a survival pod supposedly capable of withstanding disasters such as eruptions from volcanoes, tsunamis, floods, earthquakes, even nuclear radiation. And although the price ranges from $80,000 to $150,000 per pod, depending on the extras, he said he can't fill the 26 orders he's already received, at least not in time for tomorrow. And online, must-have items for survivors of 2012 include fancy first aid and emergency kits, which shops can hardly keep in stock. So what do net users have to say about this economy triggered by the doomsday rumour? Do they believe in it, and what do they think has resulted in this? Well, let's cross over to the newsroom now and our researcher Julia Liu to find out. Okay, Julia, so first of all, can you give us a more specific idea of just what sort of items have emerged as hot sellers in the run-up to doomsday, and how big is this market?
Well, I have to say these businessmen are really very creative, because what's on offer on the doomsday shopping list covers a huge range. Well, if you type doomsday on the most popular online shopping platform, Taobao.com, you see over 100 kinds of items being sold. But there's a difference. Some do cater to people's anxiety or fear, while some don't really take it seriously and are more of a joke. Well, in the first group, the items include the first aid kits you mentioned, of course. And there are doomsday candles or doomsday glow sticks. Well, these are in relation to one rumor that there will be 3 whole days of darkness from tomorrow and no electricity either. Well, another hot selling category is food. Well, sales of quick frozen food, canned food, and dry food have soared. And the most popular item is, in fact, sheep's biscuits. And the genuine worries of some net users can be seen in their online posts. These are both from the microblogging platform Weibo.com. First, Wan Niu says, "I am more and more nervous after I had a conversation about doomsday today. And my nerves get even tenser when I see so many people buying first aid kits on the internet. I really cherish my life." While Ye Tian'er的移动城堡 seems I have done her preparation work pretty well. "I've bought everything I can think of. I'm planning to put all the food and water and cigarettes around my bed beside me tomorrow. And I've also prepared some novels as well to fight boredom. Oh, I've also got flashlights and have my cell phones charged. Any suggestion for what else to prepare?"
Well, that sounds pretty adequate, as long as she's not killed straight away. But you also mentioned other goods which aren't quite so serious about this, or to be taken seriously. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, this is mostly about using doomsday concept as a sales gimmick. In physical shops and on the internet, there are slogans like biggest ever sales for doomsday, or everybody's rushing to buy these items for doomsday. And of course, some restaurants and cafes are using as like have your last supper with the special person. But one question about many of these offers is the frequent comment like this one. "What's the point in buying these online if doomsday really happens? I won't even have the chance to see what I've paid for." And as for the fun items, well, there are doomsday-themed postcards or even tickets. Well, this poster perhaps might explain the popularity of these. "I'd like to send as many postcards as possible to people I know before doomsday. It might be a greeting, might be my thanks, or it might be a love letter. Whether doomsday is true or not, this is a good opportunity to express what I feel." And as for the tickets, well, these are really just for fun. the most popular ticket on Taobao.com. They've sold nearly 20,000 so far at $3 or $4 each. It's a series of certificates, including a boarding card with space to fill in your name and details, and a so-called authorization from the United Nations to board Noah's Ark. Well, here, Meng Meng says simply on Sohu.com. We all know it's a rumor. It's just because these items look fun and creative that we buy them. And another area that's seeing an effect is tourism. Well, this poster says on sdnews.com. I read that December is usually the off-season for tourism in Tibet, but hotel reservation rate has increased dramatically recently. Are people really lining up to get on board there? And of course, the reason behind this is that in the film 2012, the arks, which saved the chosen few, are built and launched in the Himalayan mountains in Tibet.
Well, in that case, there won't be many foreigners getting on board the arks, I guess. Okay, so it seems doomsday is not bad news for everyone then. What do net users have to say about this popularity?
Well, some are really a bit annoyed and see this as a victory for pseudoscience or superstition in China. Well, this poster mentions that Ipsos consulting survey you mentioned earlier, which is all over the Chinese internet. It shows that out of 21 countries, Chinese people rank #1 in terms of a belief in tomorrow being the end of the world, or at least some cataclysmic event. Well, here the figure was 20% compared under 10% in European countries. And our poster has this to say. Putting aside how accurate this figure is, it more or less reflects the fact that many people in China do believe in or have concerns about doomsday, and they are also the main clients of the doomsday economy. Meanwhile, some posters give us some reasons why that might be so, saying people are worrying about education for their children, about the cost of medical care, about not being able to buy a house, and even about the environment. People today are feeling more anxious and desperate than ever, which gives this doomsday theory fertile soil to put down roots. Well, another poster, Nuan Nuan Serena, has a similar comment on QQ.com. With the frenetic pace of life and work today, people just need an excuse to rationalize what they are doing, and the doomsday theory gives them a good reason to go shopping and to release the pressure. And finally, Zhou Shanshan says on view.ce.cn, it's fine to do whatever you like or buy whatever you really want in the name of doomsday. And it's also good to review your life or express your love for people around you. But we have to be rational and avoid really falling into a panic and believing the rumors. Just believe instead, tomorrow is another day.
Or to put it another way, die another day. Thanks for that, Julia. And that was China Take researcher Julia Lowe with net users' reactions and opinions on those making a killing, or at least trying to, from the end of the world, which is tomorrow, by the way. Next on China Take, some of the top trending phrases on China's most popular search engines.